Hello and welcome to Charlotte. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I partner with Coach Dave Academy and Impel Motorsports to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for SK Modifieds at Charlotte Legends Oval as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 3 Week 6 official series. If you guys can, make sure you like and subscribe. It does a ton to help out my channel. I am admittedly a very small time racer here in Wisconsin. I have a late model that's parked in my garage this summer to allow my daughter Sydney, who's 12, to go kart all summer long. So, if you guys have a small business that you're looking to promote, send them our way. I can definitely get the late model out of the garage. Just need a little bit of sponsorship dollars to do so, and then we're running her go kart. Um, Couple tracks here in Wisconsin, so happy to help out there. You can contact me via our Facebook page or through any of the other ways, all in the description below. So, um, Charlotte Legends Oval, let's call it Bowman Gray Week for the SK Modifieds, and that's really what it's going to be. It's going to be very much Bowman Gray-esque. This track is, I mean, it's built for Summer Shootout. If you've ever watched Summer Shootout, you know it's very much push to pass, um, bump to pass, bump and run, wreck and run. It's just not, in my opinion, a very good place to race. Coupled with the fact that there's no wall on the interior of the track. We've tried running this track before, and it usually devolves into a clown show, to put it lightly. People running across the grass to wreck people, people spinning and sliding across the grass and taking people out, all of that kind of stuff. And I had thought that we had kind of learned our lesson when we did it back in 2023, but apparently we forgot and we wanted to bring it back. So if you guys do run, I would recommend running either on an alt account, running on setting up a secondary account for a free week or whatever it might be, or just logging practice laps. These races are going to be very unpredictable. They're going to be a show, to say the least. But if you do decide to proceed through my warnings, let's teach you guys how to drive the track. So we're going to come out of the pits here, which is right here on the front stretch. We're going to gas brake swerve left, right, gather up some speed here on this first lap, and we're going to make lap one be our fast lap. I felt like lap two, the car just kind of got a little too free, but it's a good time to talk about my friends at Impel Motorsports. You visit them, impelmotorsports.com. They have Moza gear as well as next level sim racing rigs, so check them out, impelmotorsports.com. So we go nice and high there in 3 and 4. We get down here on the front stretch. You can see we're about 2 blocks away from the outside wall. When you're inside the cockpit, you're definitely going to feel like you're in this outer lane. So you're going to go down the front stretch, and then as you're getting ready to turn in, you're really just going to kind of follow the rubber here. There's a little bit of a rubber mark here on the left side that you can kind of see as you're coming up there. It's really difficult. The stars start is probably another good barrier to know where you need to start to turn in and brake. So as we go here, we start to see the stars. We lose the stars, we're turned in and braking. Heavy braking to get into the corner. Now it's really, really important that you get your left side tires right around this white line if possible. Maybe even dip them just a little bit over, but you have to be careful because if you get too far over onto the artificial turf here, it will give you a 1x. So it's a really, really easy way to grab a 1x. It'll invalidate your qualifying laps. You really have to practice and know how low you can get on here before you get that 1x. So you can see here I'm kind of straddling this seam right here. For me on the inside, I can see this line is right over kind of my shock tower just to the left of my tire. I know I'm perfect with position here in the corner. Even a little bit further, you start to see the car as I'm throttling up here in the center of the corner start to push out. And then it's just a nice hard drive off the corner, get nice and tight here along the backstretch wall. And then as you go through this spot here, the crossover here, that's where you're going to start to turn in for turn 3. So you see we get to that crossover, turn in, get some heavy braking into the corner. Same thing as 1 and 2. You want to get those left side tires down here around that white line, if not a little bit below. You can see here around the shock tower. Here I'm going to cut this corner. Um, so we're going to cut this corner, wrap it, and then just a nice hard drive off. And that's our 609 lap. So just a really, really good look here. Definitely has a 5 in it. Just need a little bit better driver, I think, to get that. But let's go inside the car, presented by my friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. They are an independent AMSOIL dealer. Use the link in the description below. Purchase some AMSOIL products from them. Anytime you use that link, we get paid, which is a huge help for the channel, for my racing budget. Anything that we can do there, if you guys are looking to do it, go ahead and do it. I switched over to AMSOIL in my personal car, seeing about 2 miles per gallon increase, so it's been great for me. So definitely give that a try. But here we go, lap inside the car. And there you are. So pretty quick, not too much of a lap there, just pretty straightforward, and there it is. So you can see here, race trim, going to be kind of the same deal. You're going to come out, just get a little bit of tire heat in the car under pacing. It's really going to help you guys when you go to hammer down. Passing zones are going to be entry of 1, entry of 3. And then the big thing is going to be when the guy in front of you slams the door and cuts your nose, you're going to give him a shot in the tail, in the center of the corner, and try and drive him up the track. And then they're going to get under, they'll get behind you. They're going to go back into the next corner and they're going to shove you twice as hard. And then you're either going to wreck or you're going to load back up and you're going to do it again. And that's just kind of the way that it seems like this goes here in particular is it's just going to be a lot of shot in the shorts, similar to Bowman Gray. And then finally, somebody's going to get really irritated towards the end of the race because they've wrecked out and they're going to drive across the track and they're just going to junk the whole field. That's always been my experience here at Charlotte Legends, but hopefully you have a little bit better experience. Make sure you save your replays and be ready to protest people. But it's um, it's definitely not for the weak at heart. It's going to be a difficult week for safety ratings. Qualifying is going to be super important, and you've got to qualify on the bottom. There is really no top lane here, even in the SK modifieds. You can see here, I don't really necessarily need to pull it all the way out here to the wall down the straightaway to be able to make a pass, but it definitely makes it easier for me. So you guys will just really have to watch for that. Watch for spins on exits of the corners too. This track, it happens a lot where guys will spin on exit, they'll park it on the straightaway, and you'll come up on them and just completely clean them out. So you really, really have to be aware there. See there, I got a little bit free. It just kind of happens from time to time. But the biggest thing is just going to be getting your car comfortable, getting yourself comfortable, and being ready. Also, pit entrance. If you do need to pit, you're going to go straight here into 3 and you'll go down the rest of the pit lane, a hard left at the end, and then you'll come back around the front stretch to pit. So it is a little bit more difficult to pit here. Obviously, there's no cautions, so if you do need to pit, your race is probably over. But if you needed to take a quick fast repair or something like that, that would be how you would enter your pits. So best of luck this week. See how you guys do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join us in the Team 53 Discord, and we will see you guys in the next video.